everyone, and welcome to today's light session. I'm thrilled to have you all here as we embark on an exciting journey through the world of literature. Today, we'll be diving into some of the most beautiful and profound lines from various literary works. Literature has an incredible power to capture emotions, convey deep truths, and illuminate the human experience. Hence it's those exquisite phrases that linger in our minds and hearts long after we've read them. As an avid reader, I believe that great writing has the ability to transport us to different times and places, allowing us to connect with the thoughts and feelings of others. Each line we'll explore today tells a story, evokes strong emotions, or presents profound insights that resonate with our own lives. Whether you're a long-time literature lover or just starting your reading journey, I hope you'll find inspiration and joy in these remarkable passages. So, grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's celebrate the beauty of the written word together. Don't hesitate to share your thoughts and favorite quotes in the chat as we go along. We'd love to hear what resonates with you. Now, without further ado, let's get started and uncover some literary treasures. One of the most famous lines in English literature comes from William Shakespeare's play Hamlet. To be or not to be, that is the question. This profound statement encapsulates the central themes of existential contemplation and the quest for meaning in life. Spoken by the protagonist, Prince Hamlet, in Act 3, Scene 1. This soliloquy reveals his deep inner turmoil and philosophical pondering as he grapples with the nature of existence. The phrase "to be" or "not to be" presents a stark dichotomy. It juxtaposes existence to be with non-existence not to be. This opening line immediately grabs the audience's attention, drawing them into Hamlet's contemplation of life and death. It suggests a moment of profound introspection regarding the value and essence of life itself. Hamlet is questioning whether it is nobler to endure the hardships and suffering that life presents or to choose to escape those burdens through death. As the soliloquy unfolds, Hamlet reflects on the pains and injustices that accompany life, including suffering, betrayal, and heartache. He considers the idea that death might be a release from this suffering, yet he also acknowledges the uncertainty and fear of what lies beyond, the undiscovered country from which no traveler returns. This fear of the unknown ultimately complicates his contemplation of death, as it leads him to consider the potential consequences of choosing to end his life. Shakespeare masterfully uses this soliloquy to explore the human condition, touching on themes of mortality, identity, and the search for purpose. Hamlet's existential crisis resonates with readers and audiences because it raises fundamental questions that many people grapple with in their own lives. The exploration of whether to confront life's challenges or to choose the uncertainty of death is a theme that transcends time and remains relevant today. Moreover, this soliloquy highlights Hamlet's inner conflict and psychological complexity. He is torn between action and inaction, representative of his larger struggle throughout the play as he seeks to avenge his father's murder. The weight of this decision ultimately paralyzes him, rendering him unable to act decisively against King Claudius. Hamlet's philosophical musings reveal not only his intellectual depth, but also the emotional and psychological fragmentation he experiences as he navigates his grief, rage, and despair. In summary, to be or not to, that is the question, serves as a gateway to understanding Hamlet's character and the play's broader themes. It encapsulates the conflict between existence and non-existence, delves into the human psyche, and reflects the profound struggles of life. This powerful line continues to resonate with audiences, inviting them to reflect on their own existence, the nature of suffering, and the choices we make in the face of life's uncertainties. One of the most poignant lines in Margaret Mitchell's classic novel, Gone with the Wind, comes at the end, when the protagonist, Scarlett O'Hara, reflects on her trials and tribulations with the words, "After all, tomorrow is another day." This simple yet profound statement encapsulates the essence of resilience, hope, and the relentless pursuit of survival against insurmountable odds. Spoken in the wake of immense personal loss, including the death of her beloved friend Melanie and the failure of her relationship with Red Butler, Scarlett's declaration signifies a pivotal moment of realization. Throughout the novel, we witness Scarlett's journey through the tumult of the Civil War and its devastating aftermath in the South. She faces countless challenges, including poverty, heartbreak, and betrayal. Yet, her unwavering spirit and determination to survive define her character. In this context, the line serves as both a reflection of her struggles and a mantra of perseverance. The phrase "tomorrow is another day" embodies a sense of optimism that contrasts sharply with the despair that surrounds Scarlett. It suggests that the future holds new opportunities for change and growth, reminding readers that no matter how bleak the present may seem, the dawn of a new day offers a chance to start anew. This idea is particularly significant in a world where everything seems to be crumbling around her. Scarlett's journey illustrates that while one may face overwhelming challenges, there is always the possibility of redemption and reinvention. Moreover, this line speaks to the broader theme of resilience that permeates the novel. Scarlett's ability to adapt and her refusal to succumb to despair make her a symbol of strength. While her methods may be morally ambiguous, her determination to fight for what she wants reflects a deeply human instinct to survive and thrive. The notion that tomorrow can bring a fresh start encourages readers to adopt a similar mindset in their own lives, fostering a belief in the power of hope and perseverance. Additionally, "After all, tomorrow is another day" resonates on a personal level, inviting readers to reflect on their own experiences of hardship and resilience. It serves as a reminder that, despite life's inevitable struggles, the promise of tomorrow provides a sense of hope and encourages a proactive approach to life's difficulties. Scarlett's journey is one of continuous struggle, yet her tenacity embodies the spirit of never giving up, even when faced with insurmountable odds. In conclusion, this memorable line from Gone with the Wind encapsulates Scarlett O'Hara's enduring spirit and the novel's central themes of resilience, hope, and the human capacity for renewal. After all, tomorrow is another day invites us to embrace the possibilities inherent in each new dawn, encouraging us to find strength in adversity and the determination to shape our own destinies. This lesson remains timeless and universal, resonating with readers across generations as they navigate their own challenges and seek to rise above them. One of the most iconic opening lines in literature comes from Charles Dickens' novel, A Tale of Two Cities. There was the best of times. There was the worst of times. This striking phrase captures the duality and stark contrasts that define the narrative and thematic landscape of the novel. Written against the backdrop of the French Revolution, these words encapsulate the paradoxes of human experience in a time of profound societal upheaval. The line serves to introduce the reader to the central theme of duality that permeates A Tale of Two Cities. Dickens juxtaposes the contrasting experiences of individuals during a period marked by significant political, social, and economic turmoil. The phrase suggests that it is possible for people to experience both prosperity and despair simultaneously. For some, the era represents a time of hope and enlightenment. For others, it is marked by suffering, oppression, and chaos. This complexity reflects the broader reality of human existence, where joy and sorrow, love and hate, are intricately intertwined. As the story unfolds, readers witness characters navigating their respective journeys amid the tumultuous events of the time. The character of Charles Darnay embodies the best of times, as he is a member of the privileged class who has the means to escape the revolutionaries' wrath. His life in England seems stable and prosperous. In contrast, Sidney Carton represents the worst of times. He is a disillusioned lawyer whose life is marked by wasted potential, regret, and a search for redemption. This thematic juxtaposition reinforces the notion that circumstances can drastically shape an individual's experience, leading to vastly different outcomes within the same historical moment. Dickens uses this opening line to signal the fluidity of time, implying that the conditions of society are constantly shifting. The phrase "best of times" reflects a sense of optimism that accompanies revolutionary change, while "worst of times" highlights the brutality and violence that often accompany such upheaval. The narrative illustrates how moments of great societal progress can also result in profound suffering, urging readers to consider the consequences of revolutionary fervor and the human cost of political action. Furthermore, the cyclical nature of history is a recurring theme in A Tale of Two Cities. The novel emphasizes the inevitability of change, suggesting that the struggles and triumphs of one generation resonate through time. Dickens encourages readers to recognize the patterns of history and the importance of learning from the past. The duality expressed in the opening line serves as a reminder that, no matter the circumstances, humanity possesses the strength to endure and transform. In conclusion, the opening line, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times," encapsulates the essence of Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. It introduces readers to the profound contrasts that define human experience and sets the stage for a narrative that explores themes of duality, resilience, and the cyclical nature of history. Through the lives of his characters, Dickens prompts us to reflect on the complexities and contradictions of society, urging us to acknowledge both the light and darkness that coexist in our shared human experience. This timeless message remains relevant today, resonating with readers and inviting them to consider the ways in which the best and worst of times are often intertwined. One of the most powerful and provocative lines in George Orwell's allegorical novella Animal Farm is, "All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others." This statement encapsulates the central themes of the text, which explores the corrupting nature of power and the complexities of social equality. Written during a time of significant political upheaval, Animal Farm serves as a critique of totalitarianism, particularly in the context of the Soviet Union and the betrayal of revolutionary ideals. The phrase itself is a chilling paradox that highlights the hypocrisy inherent in the ruling elite's manipulation of language and ideology. Initially, the animals on the farm aspire to create a society where all animals are treated equally, emerging from the oppression of their human owner, Mr. Jones. They establish a set of commandments that emphasize equality and solidarity among all creatures. However, as the pigs begin to assume leadership, they gradually distort these principles to justify their own privileges and control, leading to the infamous rephrasing of the commandment. The statement reflects Orwell's critique of how political leaders often exploit language to manipulate the masses. By asserting that some animals are more equal, the pigs create a hierarchy that contradicts the foundational ideals of the revolution. This gradual erosion of equality serves as a warning about how noble intentions can devolve into oppressive regimes. The transformation of the commandment signifies the betrayal of the original revolutionary cult and highlights the ease with which power can corrupt even the most ardent ideals. Furthermore, the line speaks to the broader theme of social stratification and inequality. It underscores how those in power often redefine the meaning of equality to maintain their dominance. The animals, initially united in their quest for a fair society, become increasingly divided as the pigs elevate themselves above their fellow creatures, ultimately mirroring the oppressive structures they sought to overthrow. This reflects Orwell's observation of the cyclical nature of power dynamics, where revolutions intended to liberate often replicate the very systems of control they sought to dismantle. Additionally, this phrase resonates beyond the confines of the story, offering a timeless commentary on political systems and social justice. It invites readers to critically examine the promises of equality made by those in power and to remain vigilant against the erosion of rights and liberties. The manipulation of language as a tool for oppression remains relevant in contemporary discussions about governance, propaganda, and social inequalities. Orwell's work prompts us to question the narratives we are presented and consider who truly benefits from systems of power. In conclusion, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others serves as a poignant reminder of the fundamental flaws in societies that claim to uphold equality. This line not only encapsulates the central themes of Animal Farm, but also highlights the dangers of power, corruption, and the betrayal of revolutionary ideals. Orwell's incisive critique encourages readers to reflect on the importance of accountability, transparency, than true equality within any social and political framework, making this novella a timeless and essential read. The opening line of Jane Austen's classic novel, Pride and Prejudice, is one of the most famous in literature. It is a truth universally acknowledged. Had a single man in possession of a good fortune, must be in want of a wife. This sentence serves as a witty and incisive commentary on societal norms and expectations regarding marriage in the early 19th century. Through this succinct phrase, Austen sets the tone for the novel, highlighting themes of love, class, and the intricate dance of courtship. At first glance, the line may appear to present a straightforward observation about wealthy bachelors seeking wives. However, the phrase universally acknowledged immediately introduces a sense of irony. The use of the word truth suggests a widely recognized belief. Yet underlying this assertion is the reality that such notions are constructed by societal pressures and expectations. Austen cleverly critiques the assumption that wealth equates to the desire for marital companionship, suggesting that societal expectations shape individual desires. The statement also reflects the financial reality of the period, where marriage was often more about economic stability and romantic love. In the world Austen depicts, women had limited opportunities for independence and were frequently pressured to secure a suitable marriage to ensure their financial security. The idea that a wealthy man must be in search of a wife implies that marriage is a transactional arrangement, rooted in social obligation rather than genuine affection. Moreover, this opening line foreshadows the exploration of the various relationships that unfold in the story, particularly through the characters of Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy. As the narrative progresses, readers witness the complexities of love and the influence of social class on personal relationships. Elizabeth's initial prejudice against Darcy and her evolving understanding of his character reflect the deeper truths about human connection that transcend mere economic considerations. Austen further elaborates on the absurdities of courtship and the societal pressures surrounding marriage through a satirical portrayal of various characters. The self-absorbed Mr. Collins, for instance, prioritizes societal approval over genuine affection, while the charming Mr. Wickham highlights the dangers of superficial attraction. As the story unfolds, Austen invites readers to consider the nuances of romantic relationships and the folly of rushing into marriage based solely on social standings and expectations. In conclusion, the opening line of Pride and Prejudice serves as a masterful gateway into Austen's exploration of love, class, and societal norms. It is a truth universally acknowledged. Had a single man in possession of a good fortune, must be in want of a wife encapsulates the irony of a society that views marriage as both a social contract and a personal aspiration. Through her sharp wit and keen observations, Austen critiques the conventions of our time while portraying the complex emotional landscape of her characters. This timeless commentary on relationships and societal expectations continues to resonate with readers today, making Pride and Prejudice a beloved classic in the canon of English literature. One of the most profound lines in Ernest Hemingway's novella, The Old Man and the Sea, is "But man is not made for defeat." A man can be destroyed but not defeated. This powerful statement encapsulates the central themes of resilience, perseverance, and the indomitable spirit of humanity that permeates the narrative. Hemingway masterfully illustrates the struggles of the protagonist, Santiago, an aging fisherman who grapples with the challenges of nature, aging, and personal failure throughout his epic battle with a giant marlin. At its core, this line reflects Santiago's unwavering determination and the inherent strength of the human spirit. Despite the numerous obstacles he faces, including isolation, physical exhaustion, and ultimately, the loss of the fish he strives to capture, Santiago embodies the idea that true defeat lies in succumbing to despair and hopelessness rather than the challenges presented by life. The notion that a man can be destroyed yet remain undefeated emphasizes that the human soul can endure adversity, maintaining dignity and honor even in the face of overwhelming odds. Hemingway's portrayal of Santiago's struggles serves as a metaphor for life's broader battles. Through the character of Santiago, readers are invited to reflect on their own experiences of hardship and the universal fight against challenges that test one's resolve. Santiago's relentless pursuit of the marlin, coupled with his acceptance of potential loss, exemplifies the complexity of human experience. Victory is not always about achieving tangible success, but rather about the courage to face challenges head-on. Moreover, the novella highlights the contrast between physical defeat and emotional resilience. Santiago's physical body may be worn and frail, yet his spirit remains unyielding. This distinction offers a deep insight into Hemingway's philosophy regarding manhood and the nature of success. The line invites readers to reconsider conventional definitions of triumph. Even when faced with failure, there is strength and dignity in the struggle that defines true resilience. In addition, this statement resonates with the broader existential themes found throughout Hemingway's work. It speaks to the idea that life is filled with inevitable suffering and losses, yet champions the idea of continuing to fight regardless of the outcome. Hemingway's sparse and evocative prose highlights the power of endurance, suggesting that the willingness to confront one's challenges head-on is itself a form of victory. In conclusion, what man is not made for defeat. A man can be destroyed but not defeated serves as a powerful affirmation of the resilience inherent in the human spirit. Through the character of Santiago in The Old Man and the Sea, Hemingway illustrates the enduring nature of hope, courage, and dignity in the face of life's trials. This profound line encourages readers to embrace the struggle of existence, recognizing that true defeat lies not in failure but in the unwillingness to strive against adversity. The novella remains timeless in its exploration of human struggle, urging us to find strength within ourselves, even when faced with seemingly insurmountable challenges. One of the most haunting and poignant lines in F. Scott Fitzgerald's classic novel, The Great Gatsby, is "So we be done. Odds against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past." This quote appears in the closing passage of the novel, encapsulating its themes of ambition, nostalgia, and the relentless pursuit of unattainable dreams. The imagery of both struggling against the current serves as a powerful metaphor for the characters' struggles against the passage of time and the weight of their histories. Essentially, the line reflects the central conflict faced by several characters, particularly J. Gatsby. Gatsby represents the quintessential American dream, characterized by his rise from humble beginnings to immense wealth and social prominence. However, despite his wealth and success, Gatsby's unyielding desire to recreate the past, specifically his idealized love for Daisy Buchanan, to remain is his ultimate downfall. The phrase "born back ceaselessly into the past" suggests that no matter how vigorously one fights against the current of time and circumstance, they are inevitably drawn back to their origins and the memories that shape their identities. The tension between the desire to move forward and the inescapability of the past is poignantly illustrated through Gatsby's aspirations and failures. Fitzgerald captures the tragedy of Gatsby's relentless pursuit, as he ultimately discovers that the past cannot be recaptured or relived, no matter how fiercely he attempts to grasp it. To highlight this idea, Fitzgerald weaves in broader themes of disillusionment and the hollowness of the American dream. The post-World War era depicted in the novel is marked by a sense of moral decay, where wealth and privilege often conceal deeper social and personal shortcomings. The characters' incessant striving, whether for love, success, or validation, only leads to emptiness and despair. The line encapsulates this notion, implying that despite our efforts to transcend our past and current circumstances, we remain tethered by our histories and the burdens they impose. The metaphor of boats against the current further emphasizes the inherent struggle of human existence. It suggests that life is a continuous battle against forces beyond our control, be they societal expectations, personal failures, or the inexorable march of time. The image evokes an ongoing fight against adversity, even as one is ultimately carried back by the tide. This notion resonates with readers as they reflect on their own attempts to navigate life's challenges and the realization that our past has shaped who we are and where we ultimately end up. The repetition of struggle in the line also speaks to a poignant sense of persistence and resilience. Despite the futility implied in beating on, there is an underlying message that life continues. One must keep growing, keep trying, even when the current seems insurmountable. This complexity of human emotion, hope intertwined with despair, makes the concluding line one of the most memorable in American literature. In conclusion, so we beat on, odds against the current, born back ceaselessly into the past, serves as a profound reflection on the human condition, encapsulating the themes of ambition, nostalgia, and the struggle against the passage of time within The Great Gatsby. Fitzgerald's eloquent imagery invites readers to contemplate their own journeys and the ways in which the past influences their present and future, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of those who encounter this timeless work. One of the most intriguing and provocative lines from Oscar Wilde's novel, "The Picture of Dorian Gray," is "The only way to get rid of a temptation is to yield to it." This statement encapsulates the central themes of desire, morality, and the nature of the self, while also providing insight into Dorian Gray's character and his eventual downfall. Spoken by Lord Henry Wotton, a character known for his hedonistic philosophy and influence over the impressionable Dorian. This line invites readers to explore the complexities of temptation and the human experience. The phrase suggests that resisting temptation is not only futile but, paradoxically, a call to embrace one's desires. This embodies Wilde's exploration of aestheticism and the pursuit of pleasure as valid facets of human existence. In a world where societal norms and moral constraints often dictate behavior, Lord Henry's advice encourages Dorian to abandon conventional morality in favor of personal gratification. This notion of surrendering to temptation resonates deeply with Dorian, setting the stage for his ensuing moral decline and the pursuit of a life dedicated to indulgence and excess. Throughout the narrative, Dorian Gray becomes increasingly enthralled by a lifestyle characterized by hedonism, beauty, and pleasure. The lifestyle that ultimately leads to his corruption. The line serves as a pivotal moment in Dorian's transformation, as he grapples with the consequences of his choices. His willingness to yield to temptation reflects not only a desire for immediate satisfaction, but also a deeper internal struggle that questions the very essence of identity and morality. The destructive nature of giving in to temptation is starkly illustrated through Dorian's relationship with the portrait that embodies his true self. While Dorian's physical appearance remains youthful and untroubled by the indulgences he partakes in, the portrait serves as a visible reminder of the decay and moral degradation that arise from yielding to temptation. This dichotomy between his external beauty and internal corruption highlights the conflict between superficial allure and deeper ethical considerations, ultimately demonstrating that surrendering to one's desires comes with irrevocable consequences. Wilde's message extends beyond the confines of the novel, encouraging readers to reflect on their own interactions with temptation and the complexities of the human experience. The line provokes thought regarding the balance between self-control and surrender, the pursuit of pleasure versus moral integrity, and the consequences that arise from one's choices. It raises profound questions about authenticity, the nature of desire, and the sacrifices made in the quest for personal freedom. In conclusion, the only way to get rid of a temptation is to yield to it serves as a powerful exploration of human nature and desire in the picture of Dorian Gray. This remarkable line encapsulates the conflict between temptation and morality, asking readers to consider the costs of indulgence and the essence of their own identity. As Dorian Gray's story unfolds, Wilde captures the complexities of temptation to reminding us that while the lure of pleasure may be alluring, the consequences can profoundly alter the course of one's life. By yielding to temptation, we may discover the depths of our desires, but we must also confront the moral implications of our choices and the eventual reckoning that follows. One of the most chilling and thought-provoking lines from George Orwell's dystopian novel, 1984, is "War is peace. Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength." This mantra of the party encapsulates the fundamental principles of totalitarianism and serves as a stark illustration of how language can be manipulated to control and manipulate reality. The contradictions inherent in these phrases highlight the central themes of oppression, control, and the manipulation of truth that permeate the novel. The phrase war is peace reflects the party's belief that perpetual war is essential to maintaining social order and control. By constantly engaging in conflict, the party diverts attention from its own failures and reinforces the idea that unity can only be achieved through a common enemy. War is used as a tool to justify the party's oppressive policies and to rally the populace around the cause of national security. The citizens are conditioned to accept the notion that a state of war promotes cohesion and stability, even as it leads to suffering and deprivation. This contradiction allows the government to perpetuate its power while disguising its violence as a form of protection. Freedom is slavery speaks to the paradoxical nature of the party's ideology. In the world of 1984, individual freedom is portrayed as a threat to societal stability. The party argues that true freedom lies in submission to its authority, and that personal autonomy leads to chaos and suffering. By convincing citizens that their desire for independence is inherently harmful, the party maintains its grip on power. This manipulation of language creates a society where individuals internalize their subjugation, leading them to genuinely believe that relinquishing their freedoms results in safety and well-being. Finally, ignorance's strength encapsulates the party's strategy of controlling knowledge and information to maintain dominance. The deliberate dissemination of misinformation and the creation of a controlled reality enable the party to stifle dissent and suppress individual thought. By encouraging ignorance, the party fosters a populace that is compliant and unable to challenge its authority. In this way, knowledge becomes a threat to the regime, while ignorance is portrayed as a source of stability and strength. The citizens are conditioned to accept the party's version of reality without question, leading to a society devoid of critical thought. Together, these slogans illustrate the perversion of language and thought that is central to the party's totalitarian regime. Orwell's use of paradox serves as a powerful warning about the dangers of political ideologies that manipulate truth and promote cognitive dissonance. The implications of this manipulation extend beyond the context of the novel and resonate with contemporary discussions about propaganda, misinformation, and authoritarianism. In conclusion, the phrases war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength, encapsulate the essence of George Orwell's 1984 by highlighting the oppressive nature of totalitarian regimes and the manipulation of language as a tool for control. These mantras force readers to reflect on the implications of such ideologies in real life, urging them to critically examine the relationship between language, power, and truth. Orwell's warning remains relevant today, reminding us to remain vigilant against the erosion of individual liberties and the commodification of truth in the face of political ambition. The novel serves as a profound exploration of the human condition and the complexities of power, urging readers to question the narratives presented to them and to strive for greater clarity and understanding in a world often overshadowed by contradictions. One of the most enduring and heartwarming lines from Charles Dickens' beloved novella, A Christmas Carol, is "God bless us, everyone." This powerful statement is uttered by Tiny Tim, the innocent and ailing son of Bob Cratchit, as a closing sentiment in the story. This line encapsulates the central themes of compassion, redemption, and the spirit of Christmas, illustrating how kindness and goodwill can transform lives and restore hope. At its core, the phrase reflects the importance of community and togetherness during the holiday season. Tiny Tim's wish for blessings upon everyone, regardless of their circumstances, serves as a poignant reminder that true generosity lies in the ability to share love and compassion with others. In a world often marked by suffering and hardship, this universal blessing represents the ideal of inclusivity and unity, reinforcing the notion that every individual deserves care and kindness. The character of Tiny Tim symbolizes innocence and vulnerability, serving as a moral compass throughout the story. His physical frailty contrasts sharply with his radiant spirit and optimism, making his blessing even more profound. As the tragic family grapples with poverty and hardship, Tim's unwavering hope and joy in the face of adversity resonate deeply with readers. His famous refrain encapsulates the essence of the Christmas spirit, a call for empathy and support for those who are less fortunate. Moreover, the line "God bless us, everyone" serves as a thematic culmination of Ebenezer Scrooge's transformative journey throughout the novella. Initially characterized as miserly and indifferent to the plight of others, Scrooge is confronted by the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and yet to come, pushing him to reevaluate his life and priorities. The story illustrates that personal redemption is attainable through acts of generosity, kindness, and acknowledgement of the interdependence of humanity. By the end of the novella, Scrooge embraces the spirit of Christmas and its accompanying values, culminating in his own heartfelt desire to bless others. This final exclamation also reflects Dickens' critique of societal indifference towards the poor and marginalized. In Victorian England, social inequality was rampant, and many individuals were left to suffer in silence. Through the voice of Tiny Tim, Dickens urges readers to recognize their moral responsibility to care for one another, transcending the materialistic focus of the era. The message of compassion resonates beyond the confines of the story, encouraging a more humane society that prioritizes love and generosity. In conclusion, God bless us, everyone serves as a powerful and timeless encapsulation of the themes present in A Christmas Carol. Through Tiny Tim's heartfelt blessing, Dickens calls for a spirit of kindness, understanding, and community, reminding us that each individual, regardless of their circumstances, is deserving of compassion and goodwill. This line not only captures the essence of Christmas but also invites readers to reflect on their own actions and attitudes toward others throughout the year. Scrooge's transformation, mirrored in the heartfelt wish of Tiny Tim, exemplifies the potential for redemption and the profound impact of love and generosity on the human spirit. Dickens' message remains relevant today, encouraging us all to embody the spirit of Christmas, fostering compassion and unity in our everyday lives. Thank you all for joining me in today's discussion of literary quotes that resonate deeply with the human experience. I hope you found inspiration and insight in the words we explored together. Each quote serves as a reminder of the power of literature to connect us, provoke thought, and encourage empathy. As we conclude this session, I encourage you to carry these messages into your everyday life, embracing kindness, understanding, and the beauty of storytelling. If you enjoyed our time together, please consider joining me again for future discussions. Until next time, happy reading, and may you continue to find joy and meaning in the world of literature. Goodbye for now.